I am S. Balakrishnan, Executive Editor of the Free Press Journal. I have the pleasure of welcoming Mr. Srinivas, who is in charge of the Dharavi Redevelopment Project, the biggest redevelopment ever undertaken in the history of India. And he is also holding additional charge as the General Manager of the BST undertaking in Mumbai, which caters to so many millions of people who are traveling in Mumbai in the buses. And he is holding a dual responsibility. Welcome, sir, to our program of the Free Press Journal. Sir, to begin with, I want to ask you, when you took charge of the Dharavi project, what were the three main challenges which you had in mind?
The first challenge is to onboard the people, the residents of Dharavi, because a project of this scale and size cannot happen without that. So, the first challenge was to sum up, to bring all the stakeholders together. Number two is the second challenge was to prepare a proper framework so that the market responds, because the successive failures of the bids were there.
Sure.
It is by far one of the oldest bidding bid out project.
Yeah.
And Dharavi by that time had the dubious distinction of having the world's longest bid process. So it was going on for 20 years.
That's true.
So third, of course, is the very important thing to prepare and ensure that the livelihoods of Dharavi are protected. So that was a big challenge.
Yeah.
See, to come out with a framework, so it required some proper financial structuring of the project.
Yeah.
So one is financial structuring, and organizational structuring for the project was missing.
Yeah.
Second, to sum up again, to ensure that the stakeholders are brought together. And third is to ensure that the closure of the project takes place so that the work can happen.
Yeah.
The closure of the financial closure.
Yeah, financial closure.
Yeah. So because without that project would have been a non-starter.
Obviously.
Right?
Yeah.
So so that is a challenge. Yeah.
Sir, like what you rightly mentioned, this is the longest project which has been, so many offers, bids have taken place. I remember having walked with Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. He walked the entire through Dharavi slums kind of thing. He promised so many things to the people over there.
That was way back in 1985.
1985, you're right, sir.
100 years of the party celebrations.
Exactly, you're right. So what makes you confident that this time around the government will be able to turn around the whole thing, make a success of the project?
See, let me answer it in two ways. One is already it has met with half success, let me say, because well begun is half done, they say.
Ji.
So already the work has started as we speak, and mobilization of financial resources has taken place.
Okay.
The survey is coming to a closure.
Okay.
So India's largest survey has been undertaken. It is still going on.
So what percentage you have finished the survey?
We finished almost 90%.
90%?
Yeah,
okay.
More than 85 to 90% roughly we finished. And today we also started the survey in Kumbarwada.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2-3 pockets are there, that will also happen.
Okay.
So already things are moving.
Okay.
Because the project never, came up to this stage actually.
Never it has.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah, it has never reached this stage. So that is why already it is well begun, I must say. Now it will happen because the people are onboarded, stakeholders have been onboarded.
So did you find any resistance for the survey?
No, resistance is bound to be there. See, for any project, and especially a project of this scale and complexity, scale and size. You see, let me tell you. First, what is the issue? What is the scope of the project? Let us understand. Or let me first answer your question straight away. There was a resistance.
Okay.
But the resistance that we used to see earlier, compared to that, this is hardly any. Because I still remember when Dharavi bids used to take place in that earlier office that we had. I am told there used to be big morchas during the bid process itself.
Yeah.
So now we hardly saw such things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So now there is still resistance, but I construe it as, I think correctly so, as a dialogue. See, it's a part of the ongoing dialogue and consultative process. Resistance is not resistance, because they have something to say. The local stakeholders, the people living there, they have something to say. We have to hear them out and come out with solutions.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I don't call it resistance. It is they are forcing their way in a way to ensure that everybody hears them out.
Yeah.
And our duty is to hear them out and come out with solutions. So
Yes.
that is what is happening.
Yeah. So the question is, so many political parties in the opposition, they have been accusing the government of selling out the project to Adani, and the very slew of allegations, especially Varsha Gaikwad, who is a former MLA and MP from that area. Her sister is also an MLA from that area. Lot of allegations have been made that people will be displaced and all those things. Are these fears genuine? What is the ground reality?
See, the ground reality is Dharavi project, in fact I call it a movement because it's not a project also. This type of a thing, it is the most inclusive slum redevelopment scheme ever conceptualized and being executed in Indian history.
Yeah, that's true. So very true.
Inclusivity,
Yeah.
because our target is what? Housing for all. For the first time, we are giving houses to everybody who stays there.
Whether they are eligible or otherwise.
Whether they are eligible or ineligible, they will get a house. Secondly, whether they are eligible or not eligible, their commercial units, shops, industrial undertakings, outlets, they are also given area for the first time. So it is most inclusive project.
In situ, all the commercial enterprises will be
Yes, that is the
accommodated?
second point.
Okay.
But if you see, compared to present schemes in Mumbai, 50% of the people generally they are not eligible. And in Dharavi,
Yeah.
in the normal course they should have been thrown out.
Yeah.
But that is not how government intends to do the project. We should be inclusive. And as I said, housing for all is the motto. So we should give houses to all. That is what we are trying to do.
Yeah.
So compared to other projects, definitely it is by far the most inclusive project.
Gee, that's true.
That's one. But because I don't want to comment politically, because being an IS officer, I don't want to comment about politics of it.
Yeah.
And while I am very much consciously aware that in a project of this scale and complexity and size, there is bound to be politics, right?
Yeah.
So that's fine. I mean, we can't escape that. But it's not my purview to
Yeah.
comment on that. Okay, so that's one. Second is, let us also understand, this is the brownest of the brownfield projects. It is the brownest of the brownfield.
Yeah.
I have not seen any project, because I have handled projects like Atal Setu or Mumbai Metro Rail, but I have not seen such a complex project ever. Yeah.
No, I don't think any other IS office in the country would have handled such a project of such complexity.
At least I have not come across,
Yeah.
let me say, about a project of this scale, complexity.
Gee.
And thirdly, this is also the world's largest urban renewal project in peacetime. During Second World War, there must have been some cities rebuilt, but otherwise, we have not seen. Maybe in Ukraine it might happen, I do not know. But in the peacetime, in the normal course,
Yeah.
it is the world's largest urban renewal project, right? And what are we doing here? Houses, those eligible, we are giving free housing in Dharavi. Those not eligible, we are giving within Mumbai only rental accommodation, but with a right to hire purchase.
Okay.
Yeah, they can purchase it and become owners.
Okay.
Right? Now that is about houses, but what about their shops? Because the issue in Dharavi is, you asked me initially about what are the challenges. The most important challenge I indirectly referred to, but now I will tell you directly, is the protection of livelihoods. If you ask me, the one sentence, one phrase, if you want to summarize Dharavi, I would say inclusivity of livelihoods. So to protect the livelihoods, Dharavi being a bubbling informal economy, we should ensure that livelihoods are protected. To protect them, what we did, those eligible, they'll stay in Dharavi, they'll continue their shops, industries, factories. There are mostly they are micro, small, medium enterprises,
that's
right?
Yeah.
Of different types. Second is, those not eligible, they will also continue to stay in Dharavi.
Oh.
Yes. That was not there originally, but we inserted as in the proposal to government.
Now, continuous statement, they'll continue with their business.
They'll
there?
continue to do business in Dharavi only.
Okay.
Because we have kept a formula, something out of the box, because a lot of out of the box thinking has happened in this project. In fact, that is how it has come up to this stage.
Okay.
Right? Let me tell you. So otherwise, in 2016 also there was a bid, there were no takers. Okay. So what we try to do is, those not eligible commercial units and industrial units and factories, they will continue to operate from Dharavi only, because otherwise their livelihoods will be disturbed. So although it was not the original formulation, but we discussed with the government at the highest level. Honorable Chief Minister also said that it should be, in fact, he emphatically said it should be inside Dharavi. So accordingly, we are also doing that. So I think, given this scale and size and complexity, we are doing our best. And let me also hasten to add, it is not a perfect project. But I also say, I mean, best cannot be enemy of the good. Yes, we can do better, definitely. But things
it's a learning process.
it is a learning and doing also.
Yeah,
Learning and doing, because this such a thing has never been attempted before.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you are going to let people, commercial people who are not eligible to stay there and operate their business.
Yes, correct. They can do their business from
But
Dharavi.
people who are residents there but who are not eligible, you are going to move them out there.
Yes.
But what about the residential requirements of the commercial people? Will they also be allowed to stay in Dharavi, or they also will have to go for the rental accommodation, higher purchase, which you mentioned just now?
No, everybody, their residences, they have to go. Because you see what happens, there is something called moral hazard. And also judiciary has some pronouncements were there that government should not, I am explaining why the reasoning behind it, The possible reasoning seems to be, from what I understand, is that the cut-off date should not be extended. It has come in multiple
for
legal
eligibility.
issues, of the eligibility.
Yeah.
So if you keep on saying that people should continue to stay here, then that issue might come up. At the same time, the project has to also be viable,
Yeah.
right? So to look at the viability and also to ensure that enough cash flows are there, so this decision has been taken. And secondly, the lands have to be procured by the SPV in any case, outside lands. So that is how.
So my question is, if I am having a commercial unit in Dharavi,
If you are a commercial unit, your commercial unit will continue in Dharavi, but your residential unit will be outside.
if I am not eligible.
If you are not eligible. If
that's
you
what
are
I meant,
eligible,
yes,
definitely everything is inside
that's
Dharavi.
right. Sir, total how many people have been found to be ineligible in terms of numbers, individuals, not families, individuals?
Now let me say about 50%
50%. Okay.
will be eligible,
Okay.
or little less than 50%, let us say. In fact, roughly 50-50.
Yeah.
50% eligible, 50% non-eligible, which is a vast number,
Of course.
a huge number, lakhs of people on either side.
Yeah.
So you can't have a project which is just doesn't take care of the ineligible people, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, because they are also the same people staying there.
This is basically a human challenge more than anything
It is
else.
a social project, it is a social engineering project, it is a humanity issue, humanitarian grounds, and as I said again and again, the livelihoods issue. So livelihoods take equal importance.
Definitely. Sir, have you been able to procure land to accommodate the ineligible people?
Now that process is on. In Mumbai, to get a land is almost next to impossible. Right?
So far, you have got some pockets of land.
So we, in spite of that, after so much of persuasion, finally the SPV could get about 2 pieces of land, one in Kurla and other is in Mulund.
Kurla is at Old Dairy.
Yeah, so Kurla.
That is how many acres, sir, Kurla?
That is about 27-28 acres.
28 acres. And
And
Mulund?
Mulund we got about 45 like that, 50 acres. So, but that is not enough. So, the allotment has happened, but still land is yet to come.
So, you are also depending on the Devna dumping ground to relocate these people. The BMC has awarded a contract on Navyag Engineering recently for bio-mining the entire thing and make it ready. But how long will that process take? Only
that will, my assessment is that will take about 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
even if they do, But let me take this opportunity to answer one more query that keeps coming in this context. There will be no construction allowed in Devnar till all the environmental clearances are taken.
Okay.
All the regulatory compliances are done.
Okay.
Till then there will be no permission given for Devnar dumping ground for construction.
Okay.
And secondly, let me also add one more important point. We already got some little land, right? In Kurla, as I said, and Jamasp in Mulund. But government has also allotted some more land in Aksa, in Borivali. Okay. Yeah, there is some land which is coming into possession. That has not yet come.
Okay.
So, for the construction should take place, ideally, we have told the SPV that construction should be in these areas first.
Sir, who will do the construction? You will do the construction?
Okay. I am coming to that. Okay, let me answer this. Anyway, first let me finish
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So once that is done, then only this
Yeah.
Devanar should be taken. That's
Yeah.
what we have told the SPV.
No, it's a very categorical assertion.
Yeah, and now second is a very important question you asked. Who will do the construction? The formulation of the structure of the project is as following. The SPV is formed, and the SPV will do the construction.
Okay.
And the entire cost of construction will be borne by the SPV.
Okay.
Okay? So they will only develop that piece of land and hand over their rehabilitation tenements to
To you.
Dharavi Redevelopment Authority.
Okay. Okay.
That is how it is.
That's fine. So, sir, how much investment has to be done for constructing these houses for the ineligible people?
So, Mr. Balal, before I answer that, let me give you the related, because if a number you tell, you may be a little surprised. What is scope of the project? The scope of the project is as following. It has three major components. One is to construct houses or shops or factories, as we have discussed, right? Right.
For the eligible people.
For the eligible
Yeah.
people. And second is the physical infrastructure.
Yeah.
And third is the social infrastructure.
Yeah.
All the three, and the cost is coming to about 95,700 crores.
Okay.
Including interest, it will be a 1 lakh crores. Yeah.
Okay. So, but what about the cost of construction for ineligible people in Devanar, Kurla and Mulund?
No, that's all together.
It's all together?
Only rehabilitation part.
Okay.
Free sale part is separate.
Okay. So, in free sale, how much this one kind of million square feet will be available for sale, free sale?
No, this is about, we are thinking about 7 million square meters.
7 million square feet.
Million square meters.
That is both commercial and residential both?
Residential will be about 6 like that.
6 million.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
Square
So, what is the
meters.
timeline to complete the, when do you expect
The
the
project is expected to
7
be
years?
completed in about 7 years.
7 years.
For only rehabilitation.
Only rehabilitation 7 years. Oh my.
Because that is a fundamental thing. Government is more interested in that. And
Sir,
the free sale part typically goes by, as you know very well, the market.
forces, that is it. So, what about the TDR? Because there is as part of the development, 40% of TDR, builders anywhere in Bombay, if they are going to develop, 40% they have to buy from your DRPL. So, the question is, are you going to sell the TDR in advance or how is it?
Advance you can't sell
You
because
cannot sell.
TDR can only be generated after rehab is done. There is a formula
Yeah.
at what stage how much TDR is to be given
Yeah.
and generated.
Yeah.
So we go by that government formulation,
Okay.
right?
Excellent. So, one question is that, I mean, I as a citizen, I
No, I'm not surprised because see, this project will have thousands of questions. Everywhere there are question marks. So it is difficult. For you also difficult which question to choose because you have so many questions.
That's true. So, the one question is that you have already started the survey, you have started acquiring land to for rehabilitation, all the process you have done. But still there is a sword hanging on the project in the form of this appeal which these people have filed in Supreme Court against order of the Bombay High Court regarding allotment of the land to allotment of the project to Adani's, the opposite party, the secular party,
that
the
is
War
the
party.
bidders,
Yeah,
earlier
the
bidders,
the other
cycling
bidders who
bidders.
lost out kind of thing. But if they manage to win in Supreme Court, won't you think the entire process will suffer a
No, but
setback?
if no, the question is we are very confident that what the government did is correct.
Okay.
And otherwise, High Court also would have dealt with it very easily and would have been dismissed, right? Means in favor of the petitioner, but that has been dismissed in our favor,
that's true.
right? This detailed order has been
That's
passed.
true. Yes, you.
So, in fact, if at all the judicial process has only confirmed the stand of the government, the independent judiciary has come out and said, okay, this is right.
That's true.
And secondly, as of today also, as we speak, there is no stay on the
That's
project.
true. That's right.
So, I think that should not be an issue.
Okay. Sir, one thing you mentioned about
I am
this-
reasonably confident about it.
Excellent. So you mentioned about social infrastructure. What exactly, can you outline the details?
So what is, it's like this. First I told you about the construction of the houses and factories, etc. That is one component. Second component is social infrastructure, which means basically you require, see what we are building in the Dharavi is as I say ad nauseum, city within a city.
Yeah.
We are not doing just a slum.
Yeah.
So a city should have what? Not just buildings and houses like offices like this,
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
We should also have hospitals,
Yeah.
schools,
Yeah.
colleges, right? Even religious structures like temples, churches, right? All these are required. In addition to community centers, all the social infrastructure will have to be built by the SPV at its own cost. So that is what is social infrastructure. But a third component of the project, which I just mentioned, is a physical infrastructure. Physical infrastructure meaning thereby roads, which don't exist in Dharavi. Most of the roads are about 2-3 feet.
Except for 90 feet.
90 feet, 60 feet are the only two roads that they are there. Otherwise, there is no other road. And unfortunately, because of this, what happens is the roads are so narrow, they are hardly 2 to 3 feet width, and they are high. So many places, I've been there many times. The sunlight comes only hardly for about 1 or 2 hours every day. So which I'm sure must be leading to tremendous deficiency of vitamin D.
Definitely.
In addition to other diseases. Okay. So new roads have to be widened and new roads have to be made. And in our master plan recently, the SPV that has shown that the new roads have they proposed, they have to be constructed by them at their cost.
Okay.
Second is also the storm water. There is no storm water there.
Okay.
And there is no sewerage there. There is no drinking water at home, right? And there is no power supply officially there. Mostly a lot of them are informal connections.
Yeah.
So all these things, physical infrastructure has also, on-site infrastructure has to be built by the SPV at its cost. So that is why the cost of the project is about 97,000.
Yeah, that's right. So one question is that you will be building for the eligible people in towers, you will be relocating all of them. But what about maintenance of the lift and the lights, the passage, everything that cost will be borne by the residents themselves in their housing societies, or for will there be a hand-holding thing for some years?
It's a very important thing you have raised, because there will be, they should not become vertical slums as we call many times.
Yeah.
So again there was some out-of-the-box thinking that has gone into this project. Okay, in this, generally speaking, we give about 40,000 rupees per tenement the developer gives to the housing society of the slum dwellers as
a
and when
corpus,
it's formed
towards
as a
corpus.
corpus.
Yeah.
Okay. But I felt at least that is not enough.
Okay.
So we said, the government has correctly agreed and issued the directives that in addition to corpus, over and above that, 10% of each building is kept as a commercial unit.
Okay.
Additional area is will be constructed 10%.
So the 10%
And
will
that
come.
will be given to the ineligible commercial units.
Okay.
And see the win-win here.
Yeah.
So otherwise they would not have been here.
Yeah.
And these rents, and if they are sold tomorrow, the amounts will go to society to maintain that buildings. So they have corpus on the one hand,
Okay.
others also commercial.
Rental
building.
from the commercial.
Suppose
thing.
there is a 10-storied building, one floor will go to commercial,
Okay.
right? Obviously
Yeah,
it will be on the lower floors, first, second, second. So that much rent in addition to that. So the
society
maintenance
will get.
becomes, the maintenance becomes quite easy.
This was the first time in
It is
Mumbai
the very
this
first time
concept
that
is-
has
yeah,
happened. Yeah.
That's right. So what about the rental accommodation kind of thing? Will you be first building the rental accommodation for the ineligible people, and only then the project will be taken
because
up?
it
How
has
is
to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because you see, otherwise you can't demolish any structure, because ground floor there are eligible people, first floor there are ineligible people. You can't demolish just like that.
Yeah.
So the idea is, I am telling following up with the SPV also to ensure that these in a construction also starts at the earliest.
For the rehab also.
For rehab also of the ineligible people also. And in fact, let me tell you, as we speak, they have submitted some drawings.
Okay.
We are scrutinizing them, and very soon we will give them approvals, and at least so that they can take the environment clearance to start with, and then take final permission to start construction there also. Yeah.
So will
And I think that will be a little easier compared to Dharavi.
yeah, definitely.
Because that is an open land.
Yeah, that's right. Sir, will the area which you are giving to eligible people in Dharavi, in situ, and to the ineligible people, will the area be the same carpet
See,
area?
as of now, the ineligible people area is same as what is in the SRA in general, that is 300 square feet.
Yeah.
For eligible people, we are giving 350 square feet.
Okay. Okay.
350 square
So the
feet.
50 square
And
feet difference will be
yeah,
there.
and but there is, let me also tell you, to take the opportunity to tell you, clarify one more point. There is also eligibility, there is also a part of Dharavi project which is basically what we call the renewal component, which is not strictly a slum. In the sector 1, southern side, south side. So there we are discussing, most likely we will increase, they are supposed to get about 405 square feet minimum.
Okay.
So we are trying to increase it to 500 square feet.
These are the people who are in the
Shaunagar,
railway land side?
No, but north of railway land.
No, okay.
There is within Dharavi itself, original Dharavi.
Okay.
There are areas like, Matunga Labor Camp,
Yeah.
right? Shaunagar, all the Baliga Nagar, all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
areas. So we are trying to get that 500 square.
Okay. So one final question. This is a joint venture with the Adanis kind of thing. What kind of cooperation you are getting from the Adanis? What will be their?
See, whether it is Adani or anybody, see, they are investors,
Yeah.
right? So, in any investor in the normal course would like to do the project as early as possible,
Yeah.
right? And so that is happening. And there are so many issues between us and them also,
Yeah.
because the project is of that scale and
That's
complexity
true. That's
to
true.
repeat.
Yeah.
So, there is a continuous dialogue.
Ji.
And in fact, we have rejected many of their proposals also.
Okay.
Because ours, for us, is uppermost is the public, right?
Yeah,
Public
that's true.
interest.
Yeah.
And they are also doing like that. I am
Yeah.
not saying they are not doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely, let me hasten to it. SPV is also doing public interest. However, there is a difference of opinion when you calibrate certain things, right? Thought processes are different. So
Yeah.
there is a continuous dialogue that is going on.
Okay.
And we have sorted out most of the issues.
Okay.
That is how the construction has started as we speak.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's
The
true.
construction has started on the railway land. So, yeah, its cooperation is good in that sense, definitely.
Sir, you mentioned about religious structures. Many
Yeah.
of them are illegal structures. Many of them are illegal. How you are going to deal with? Are you going to bulldoze them or will they?
No. See, let me clarify. There will be no bulldozing in Dharavi. In general, let me say that.
Okay.
Whether it is religious or otherwise.
Yeah.
Because our objective is to take as many stakeholders as possible through the journey.
Okay.
Because I think the journey is as important as reaching the goal.
That's true.
Okay, in this project especially, because as I said repeatedly,
Yeah.
sorry to repeat it again,
Yeah.
livelihoods issues are involved. That is the uppermost for
Yeah.
us. So we want to take them along.
Okay.
Yeah. What were you asking? Sorry, I just.
No, asking about this illegal religious structures.
Yeah. So within that, now coming to specifically religious structures like temples, churches,
Yeah.
and mosques, there are. See, it's a question of faith also. See, there are structure is illegal, but God is not illegal. So God is God, right? Whether it is of any religion. And Dharavi, as we speak, as you all of us know, you know very well also, it is mini India.
Yeah.
You speak any language of India,
It's there.
there will be a person to respond.
That's true.
Any language of your choice, you can speak in Dharavi.
That's true.
Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi, any language, Bengali, you can easily, people understand, right? So, under any religious community you take, they are there. So, it's also social structures, like temples especially, such as sensitive things. So, it has to be handled in a very
Sensitive manner.
sensitively. So, for that, there is a committee of retired High Court judges who are looking into this.
Oh.
Yes. And they are having hearings as we speak. We started, I am also a member of that committee.
I see.
So we are having hearings with the exclusively for religious, how to rehabilitate them.
Oh, that is interesting.
Because, see, there what we did, and we are not doing it for the rest of the Dharavi, only for this,
Only for
because
the
looking at the
religious structures.
sensitivity of the
Okay.
issue. And being mini India, as I said, Dharavi, as it has been for a century now. So ensure that these religious trusts, wherever they exist,
Ji.
and the local people who are engaged with the religious trusts, and including their employees, their livelihoods are also protected.
Okay.
Their trusts are also taken care of, right? And the religious structures also take place.
Yeah.
Question is how to consolidate them, because there are many of them, right? So maybe there is a need to consolidate some of them, right? And you can come out with a grand structures also, right? So that is all going on as we speak.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So the whole, not only whole of India, the whole world is looking at you. How much you're going to make a success of this project. Are you confident that in 7 years the first phase will be complete?
I am reasonably confident. Let me be frank with you. See, 7 years is the timeline we give, which is very, very extremely challenging. Because average timeline of the slum project in Mumbai is about 15 to 20 years. In fact, so much so the government had to cancel most of the projects a year and a half back, and now their new bids have been called out or new LOIs are being issued. But here, not 300-400, those are very 300-400 structures. Here we are about lakhs of them. So 7 years is very short period. But you can't say I will do the Dharavi project after 25 years, because as Keynes, great John Maynard Keynes said, in the long run we are all dead. So you can't say I will give you house after 25 years.
That's true.
So 7 years is a via media.
That's true.
So I think I am reasonably confident that 7 years can happen. Maybe 1 or 2 years here and there it may happen if at all. But definitely by 7 years substantial portion would have been completed. I am reasonably confident about it. Yeah. I am still, while saying this, I am very much aware of how much of humongous challenges are there.
Definitely, it is massive.
Okay. So of all sorts. So, but the effort will be definitely sincerely made to ensure that project is finished in the timeline that we have envisaged.
I think so far you have managed to convey to the people of Dharavi that you mean well for them.
Yeah, see.
That is the reason why the resistance is on the decrease.
Yeah, resistance is reducing, but I always encourage as much dialogue as possible. Recently, for instance, I met these Kumbharwada people and today's survey started. Yeah. And similarly, I met even the Andolan people also. In fact, some of them, in fact, all of them liked some of the points, in fact. You can ask them also. That meeting took place only 10-15 days back right here. So, I think that dialogue should continue.
Yeah.
And I think through your interview today, I think there's a part of the same process that more people will understand because understanding is very important. When I told, for instance, these Andolan, the representatives, that we are going to keep these commercial structure inside Dharavi. They were not aware actually.
So this is the big
so they did not know. So then I realized communication is important. And by the way, thank you very much for giving this time, because I think this is one more step in the direction of communication.
You rightly mentioned the issue of livelihood. You didn't want to disturb livelihood of anybody.
Yes.
I think if that message is conveyed to them, I think 80% of the resistance will
see, livelihoods is one, and there is one more thing. Because although you didn't ask, just let me say, Dharavi is a bubbling economy. About $1 billion worth of business happens there, right? Yeah. But see, there are micro, small, and medium enterprises. They are also caught for more than half a century now in a low-level investment trap because there are no entitlements. See, you are not sure whether your unit is going to continue after 10 years.
Yeah.
But once the project happens, there is a certainty that they are there. The structure is there, right?
True.
So then whatever money they have, people, it may be 1 lakh rupees, it may be 10 lakh rupees, they will invest firmly and that will have a positive multiplier effect.
They definitely know Dharavi is an integral part of Mumbai's economy.
Yeah. And lastly, finally, what are the units that we have in Dharavi? There is a leather industry which is very big. A lot of Tamilians come there, they are settled there and they are doing business very wonderfully. But still informal economy. Second, you have the garment sector, textiles. And the third, we have recycling. By the way, Dharavi is India's largest recycling machine. Okay, recycling. And then you have food industry.
Yeah.
India, Mumbai's vada pav and idli vada comes from there only, most of it. All the comes right? All the farsan, food industry. And many, these are the 5-6.
The Kumbharwada you mentioned.
And potters.
Potters
colony is the original. So, and in addition to that, there are so many electronic shops, retail.
Yes, right.
See, so these, in the master plan also, the provision is being made to ensure that these units are taken care of as industrial hubs. So yeah, that is also happening as I speak. So I thought I'll just mention.
No, that's a very good thing. Mr. Srinivas, thank you so much for sparing your valuable time. Despite your heavy commitments, you spoke to the Free Press Journal. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
We need it. Thank you. Thank you.